But Uber remains best positioned to take advantage of the shift to unsupervised autonomy. This, to me, is a fairly remarkable statement. And this is a big if, and it's hypothetical because we exist in reality, not hypothetical land. But if, hypothetically, Tesla didn't have the full stack, wasn't fully vertically integrated, and didn't have a massive cost advantage in terms of hardware on roads, plus the massive scale advantage, plus the manufacturing advantage, plus the best software generalized solution, no one else has that. If none of these things were true, and Tesla just happened to be one of the many companies, say, for example, like Waymo, paying another company to produce a vehicle, covering said vehicles in butt-ass ugly sensors, and all of the companies like Waymo and this pretend Tesla, the hypothetical Tesla that doesn't actually have massive advantages, cost advantage, scale advantage, were all just trying out their own autonomy services here and there and had no possible chance of reaching scale without partnering with Uber. E.g., if Tesla would need to use the Uber platform to offer Robotaxi rides and would have comparable pricing to all of the other companies that would need to use the Uber platform, Gary would have a point. But we live in reality and therefore he doesn't. Now, in fairness to Gary, companies that aren't Tesla and haven't fully vertically integrated and don't manufacture vehicles at scale profitably and don't have a massive cost advantage and don't have a generalized solution to autonomy are likely to utilize a platform like Uber. Try to increase the number of rides they're giving to customers. But here's a problem. While this is happening, while the dinosaurs are clamoring to get on the Uber platform, Tesla's going to be scaling their own fleet of autonomous vehicles with a massive cost advantage and price as competitively as they can without wait times becoming too absurd. So I think a more correct statement would be Uber remains best positioned to take advantage of all the companies desperate to scale their own robotaxi fleet with massive cost disadvantages while Tesla puts them out of business, and therefore many partnerships will be announced, but all these companies are ultimately fucked. Of course, the counterpoint would be I'm just a deluded Tesla fanboy and I can't see clearly, but I still have yet to see anybody show the math how any company that isn't Tesla is going to be able to compete with Tesla on cost per mile for their robotaxi service. And if none of these companies will be able to compete with Tesla on cost per mile for their robotaxi service, just like today, there's not a single company at all, even in China, that appears to be making any money selling electric vehicles except for Tesla, then I only see this ending one way. Tesla takes the lion's share of the profits here. A few companies carve out a niche, positioning themselves as super high-end, ultra-premium, charge enormously above what Tesla is for cost per mile and have a very tiny market. But Tesla eats up the entire opportunity.